Hi, I'm Ronnie and I'm autistic. Let's talk about what that means. This is normally where I'd define autism for you, but there are as many ways to be autistic as there are to be human. The easiest way to understand it is that it's a neurodevelopmental difference. It's not a disease, it's not even a disorder really, it's just a different way of being human. That doesn't mean it shouldn't be classified as a disability though. Autistic people can have trouble doing things that you, the neurotypical person watching this, may take for granted. We can have trouble processing sensory information, so when things get too bright or noisy, it may be uncomfortable, or even physically painful. We may have different ways of thinking, which can seem strange or unintuitive. We may move around or fidget in ways you find strange. We call it stimming, and stim toys are a lot of fun. It's common for autistic people to avoid eye contact, have trouble understanding social situations, and miss social cues unless we're really trying. It can help to have social cues and idioms explained if it's not something I've heard before, and sometimes, if you let us, we'll be able to talk for hours about things that are super interesting to us, and we may not even notice you're not interested. An umbrella term for autism and other conditions like ADHD is neurodivergent, because it's just that. Neuro means brain, and divergent means different. There's a lot of different ways to be human, and autism is just a label we put on one of them. Before I understood myself, I had a really hard time. I dropped out of primary school when I was 9 due to depression and anxiety from not getting the support I needed, and after being in and out of various schools, I resigned myself to never being able to work. But the more I understood myself, the more I was able to manage myself, and here I am. Autism is classified as a hidden disability, and you should keep this in mind. It's often accompanied by other health conditions that you may not be able to see, but are very real nonetheless. I'm not going to go on and on about autism because there are plenty of good websites out there with information, and some bad ones. So for the rest of the video, I'm going to go through some frequently asked questions, just to save you from asking them and embarrassing yourself around autistic people. Seriously, never ask these, except maybe the last one. Why are you autistic? I was born this way. Nobody really knows where it comes from. It definitely happens before you're born, so there could be a genetic component. According to a medical study that involved brain dissection, autistic people have more neurons than neurotypical people, so it might have something to do with the function of the brain that proves unused neurons not working. Do you wish you weren't autistic? Some of the things that go along with it can be annoying. I have a circadian rhythm disorder, which means I'm sleep deprived half the time during term time. But if I wasn't autistic, I wouldn't be me, so no. If there was a cure, would you take it? There is no cure, it's not a disease. Organisations that claim to be looking for a cure are usually low-key eugenics organisations that are trying to wipe autistic people out. You know Asperger syndrome? Look up what Hans Asperger did for a scare. Researching how to support autistic people is a lot more important than for an unscientific and eugenics-based cure. I think everyone's a bit autistic. Autism is defined as having at least 6 of 12 specific traits. If you cough sometimes, it doesn't mean you have a bit of the coronavirus, does it? Do you think it's caused by vaccines? If you think this, never speak to me again. It's not true, and it was made up by a doctor who lost his medical licence due to unethical malpractice on autistic children, and it's been disproven time and time again. So are you like a super genius? We're people just like you. I've met both very clever and very not clever autistic people. Don't be surprised if someone who doesn't seem intelligent verbally can do other things though. The brain is amazingly adaptable. Some autistic people basically can't speak at all, and were assumed to be inherently stupid for a long time, but it's just like people who are deaf. They were assumed to be stupid until we found ways to support them and teach them to communicate, and non-verbal autistic people have gone on to do amazing things. What can I do to help? Talk, listen, learn about us, respect us. Don't ask people not to stim. Keep us in the conversation if we're having trouble keeping up. Respect us if we want to be left alone. And remember that autistic adults are adults. The worst thing is when someone who is treating you normally and respectfully finds out you're autistic and starts talking to you like a child. In the past, certain organisations, and some organisations today, use a jigsaw puzzle piece as a representation for autism. The reason they shouldn't do this anymore is because we're people, not puzzles for you to figure out. And don't assume you're an expert on autistic people just because you've watched this video. Keep on educating yourself in all aspects of your life. I put the resources I used to make this down in the description. If you want to start there, it'd be a good place to start. I hope I only use good sources.